Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Maz. Just stopped by to I just popped back over to the trailer here to make a coffee. It is almost done. Man, I gotta change the does anybody actually change the time on their microwave to reflect the proper time? It's 9:20 in the morning and it says it's noon. All right, so when we left each other, I was in the process of picking up the rest of that grass, I think? Or had I already picked up the last load of grass? And we're gonna then go back in the day and decide what to do with that lot. Well, we're down to, yeah, okay, no, we ended up putting in, what, three or four loads of grass. Obviously, that turned itself into silage, which then distributed itself over to the biogas, which then turned itself into a number of different things, from electricity, methane, and digestate. The digestate then pushes itself over to here, at which point it creates solid fertilizer. Okay, so interesting note. I have 200,000 liters of wood chips in here, and check this out. Wood chips currently are selling for more than the max amount. So I find that interesting. We may want to act on that and make ourselves $100,000. But that's not what I want to do first here. I want to go on a bit of a tour because I got a bunch of work that I need to get done. But I want to show you some stuff here first. So there's a million things to talk about actually, but let's go over here and we'll deal with this first. Let's head over to that beautiful chunk of land that we bought, where we are planning to build our future. Shall I say we were planning to build our future? Let me share. Now so we're in a new day here and I have not grabbed a collectible. There we go. I know I've seen this one a million times right here. Hello there. Very impressed with are they deciduous trees? I don't know. The ones like the oaks and all that stuff. Very impressed with the amount of wood you can get from those things and the value. Holy crap, they're unbelievable. All right, have a look at this field. Man, what does that look like? It looks way better, doesn't it? So we own this field. The thought was that we were going to begin placing buildings on this field and make this our farm. I love the size of it. I love the location. I love everything about it, but I don't love the fact that it starts high in that corner over there by the intersection and then works its way down all the way to the back here. I bet you I spent about 10 grand trying to manipulate the land to the point where I could be comfortable building on it, and I just can't get there. I could go in and really flatten things out. Like I could raise this corner way up so it was higher than those fields. I could flatten it all out, but it's just to me it's just not going to end up looking natural. So I'm not going to dump the field right away. I could sell the field, right? It's right here. It's $76,000. I could sell this field, but I think this field would go well with that field, which would go well with that field. There's a trifecta of fields here that when merged together would make one heck of a field. So we have $56,000 and we have $60,000. So it's like $110,000, $115,000 right there. So I think for now, I'm going to hang on to this field. I did take the field, so I went in and I flattened. So I took out all of the weird, map scrub bush and the ground cover. There's still a few things around the edges. I took out the majority of the shrubs. And I replaced all the bald patches with grass. So this field will grow back. It's a map grass field. Oh, I missed a couple of these little bushes, like this one right next to me here. But anyways, this is like a map grass field, so this will grow back and could be mowed again, I guess, to no great extent. I mean, it's not fantastic, but anyway, so we're gonna sit on that field for now. Let's cut through this shortcut over here, and we'll go to our other piece of property where I can show you I've been hard at work over there. Nice combination of fields back here. All right, I don't think you're going to recognize things over here. I don't want to play it up because it's really not that impressive yet. So this is our field right here on the side. Pretty happy about buying that field. These are the trees that used to live on our field that are now dead. There's a lot of money's worth of wood here. I don't know how to explain it. It's over 100 grand for sure. I mean, here's why I love these trees now, which I never did before. So look in the bottom there. Volume if chipped, third from the bottom, 75,000 liters. Wood chip at max value. Oh, look, wood chips right now because we're over max value right now. This is a $40,000 tree. This one's not even a $7,000 tree. These, I've cut a bunch. Actually, sorry, that's not fair because I did cut a bunch of these just to try to push them around with the tractor. I mean, here's a $13,000 tree. These are the trees that we were sought after, right? I think, right? Is it not these spruce trees? That's what we would go and look for and cut down, and those were the best ones. Make them 9 meters, take them to the lumber yard, and make the money. Well, give me a forest of those pain in the ass trees over there because there's so much money and there's so much. They chip into so much wood. It's crazy. Anyway, so I've been cutting. I cut everything down, got rid of all the stumps. I've been just sort of, I don't know, cutting these and trying to just push them into piles because we're going to come in here and we're going to chip everything and right in my eye. And we're going to get ourselves in a position where we can clear up all of this and then extend that field. So that field there will now extend into this area and we'll make the biggest field we possibly can here. This field over here is about 50 grand. Ooh, that hurts the eyes, doesn't it? The lime. This one's about 50 grand. And when you look on the map, eventually we can have all of this plowed out as one field. And then if we continued over there. So this is good. So basically I gotta deal with that. And then let me show you one other thing. Let me show you where we're actually gonna set up our farm. I'm a man on a mission. I got an idea now. And so this is the first day of January. So we have basically one more day left in January. Then we have there's a crop in this field over here, isn't there? We have one more day left in January, then we have February, and then we're getting into into the seasons. Barley, eh? We may want to keep an eye out for some fields. Well, okay, unfortunately, no, that's not. Who cares? Because where we're going, there are no fields that are ready or that are growing. They're all just either weeds or dirt. All right, so let's head back over here. That's that gravel pit. I don't even know what this is. I don't know whether I can buy stuff there or sell stuff there. But it looks cool. All right, so just for reference, there's that original field right there. All right, let's go over here. So disappointed in the map in that there's all these places like this right here that you can't buy. You can't buy these plots, so they're just wasted space, to be honest with you. But anyways, but here's where we're going. We're gonna start with that piece of land right there. We have another one of those big beautiful trees over there. Those previously hated trees but now adored by the nation. I don't know whether I can take that tree off the corner, and there's a couple of trees in the back here that we may or may not be able to take. I can tell you one thing, if we can take them, I'm taking them. I don't need the privacy from the neighbor. I'm putting up buildings. I'm going to be loud and annoying because, like, look, is that not a cattle barn? Like, should that not? Yeah, it is, isn't it? I find that frustrating. I wish I could buy that. But anyways, we're forced to buy this. So this is a very flat lot. There's zero elevation to this lot here. And the piece of property right across the road here, same thing. There's zero undulation, whatever, to that one. So this is perfect. I don't have to worry about weird glitches with the ground or anything. And this is the map edge. There's a village way off in the distance. There's a road. Like I'm essentially backed off the map right now. Wait, see right there. It looks like these fields just go on forever, and there's just a big farmer out here that none of us can mess with. Oh, that's the old Yaroslav family. You can't mess with those guys. But we can set up our farm over here. So that's it. That's what we're doing. I'm gonna do one thing that I don't know whether this is a smart idea or not, but we have $100,000. I have $100,000 worth of wood chips that are at their max price that we could sell right now, and then I have probably another $100,000 in wood chips in a field waiting for us to deal with. So I'm just not sure that any of that's going to be good content. I mean, here while we're chatting about one other thing quickly, we'll start selling wood chips. All right, so here we are. Let's grab ourselves some wood chips. That's 10 loads. Are we 20,000 liters? I think this is a 20,000 liter trailer, right? 18,000? Please be 20,000. 20,000. 10 loads. Now we could get ourselves an additional trailer and we'd be twice as fast. That might not be a bad idea. For a couple of reasons. One, I can see us doing so I actually find this wood chipping a joy. Oh, by the way, we're gonna skip the sell everything container. When I said we're gonna go sell some wood chips and chat about something, I remembered that there was another mod that I had installed. Wood chips were a whole new thing to me, so I hadn't really looked around much in the world of wood chips as to what kind of things were available. As is usual, there's a specific selling point that is just far too powerful to ignore. And we're going to go say hello to that right now. I've pretty much guaranteed us that we're going to be keeping this lot. Whoa, 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 whoa. As for now, anyways, I've placed this here. I would have placed this on our other lot, but I just didn't see a good spot for it. So, and the reason why we're selling things here is this: the wood chip sell station is effectively twice the dollars of the of any of the other selling points. So, like, what the hell? So that $40,000 tree that we saw on our other piece of property just effectively became an $80,000 tree. So anyways, we're going to do a few laps back and forth, sell that. I'm going to use the money, especially now that we have the additional money. I'm going to purchase our starting lot there, and then I'm going to get the all those other trees cut down. So basically that's all I'm doing now, selling the wood chips and clearing that lot. So and then once that's all done, we can go and purchase our we can start building our farm. So I don't plan on just sitting. Oh, by the way, we're going over to the store right now to buy a second trailer. We're going to daisy chain, is that it? The trailers, and haul 40,000 liters at a time. Probably what I could do is just get a better trailer, like a bigger trailer, single trailer that carries 40,000 liters, but these things are only like $8,000 each. No, not even. I think they're like $6,000 each. Sorry, pardon me. Future mayor of Maz coming through. There for $3,400. We have a matching trailer, which I'll never be able to connect to. Come on. I was like, well, maybe I'll just kind of do this off camera and then we'll just drive off into the sunset. And they're like, no, let's just try to suffer a bit. I hate when I see somebody just roll up and connect super fast, like it's no big deal. I think what the problem with this sort of style of trailer is everything happens backwards and counterintuitively. So if your brain would normally kind of go one way to make things work. Oh, wait. Oh, this thing sort of works the opposite. Oh, wait. Oh, come on, just connect. Oh my gosh, yes. All right, the crazy train. So the second trailer I got with a slightly different color side. Let's hope this Deuce can handle it. I don't want to add another tractor right now. I don't want to all of a sudden think that we've got a bunch of money and start buying equipment just to make our lives easier. Right? I think what I'd like to do is continue with what we have right now. So we have the Deuce, we have the tree shredder, we've got the small Massey, right? We've got the Gator. So we have this stuff, and we now have the, you know, I didn't even spend $4,000 for another trailer, so it's not like I broke the bank to buy a second trailer. So if we can run with this stuff and only add, like, I added that sell point, it was $10,000. One tree is really going to make that up because, I mean, I just doubled the value of the trees. So that's fantastic. You know, like I mentioned in the last episode, it'd be nice to have a telehandler. It'd be nice to have a second kind of powerful tractor like this Deuce. You know, there's some things that would be nice, but really what we need to do is we need to get our farm built. We need to get these fields expanded. Soon, within the next month or so, we'll be able to plant grass. I plan on making sort of this a big grass field here, and then when we go over to the other field, we'll pick a crop. Like we're gonna need like planters and seeders and fertilizer spreaders and so much stuff, right? So I'd like to not have to do a lot of contracts, but we are also going to need to do contracts because we're going to need the straw to keep our BGA going. So if I go and I just spend a bunch of money right now on things that I think I need, when meanwhile I probably could have suffered a little bit without them, then that's not a good plan. All right, we'll see how 40,000 liters tows. So one of these trailers, remember, as it would fill up with wood chips, would start to move around quite a bit. I wonder what two of them are going to do. I still can't believe that I've never gone the wood chip route, and maybe I just didn't comprehend what somebody was doing. But I don't honestly remember. Almost everybody that goes the forestry route goes like chop down trees and sell them. Is it because chipping is very expensive? That's probably it. Like essentially you need about $90,000 to get one of those wood chippers, and then you need a tractor that can help sort of pull it and run it and everything. So it's not like it's a cheap thing up front. So that's probably what it is, right? You need to start off hand bombing, you know, firewood into the back of your pickup truck, and then eventually you can get to where you're carting wood chips. Like, I'm ready to buy a whole other wood lot and ship the whole lot. So by the time spring rolls around, we could end up with some substantial field blocks. Apparently we're supposed to pay off a loan at some point too. What? Oh, the first one didn't tip. Didn't even give me a notification. That's interesting. Oh, maybe I have to be... Yeah. I had to actually select it up in the top left. I was like climbing everything. Oh. Okay, can't climb that ladder. But I am on the roof. Oh my god, look at the trailers. What happened there, guys? That's not cool. Okay, let's watch that next time and see what they did. All right, so I think you can see how this is going to go here for the next little bit. I'm going to get the rest of those wood chips sold, and then we're going to check in again when I am chipping the trees that we have over on our property over there. Because me just running around, I don't have enough stuff to talk about, to be honest with you, to go back and forth like this. So we're going to kind of see in a minute, you know what I'm saying? All right, we've got this load of 40,000 liters, and then there's about 19,000 liters left in the silo. So we're going to... Oh, there's no way I'm dropping one of these trailers. Actually, I was going to say, we'll just drop one of these trailers, and then we'll rip back over and get the other 19,000 liters. But no, we'll take both trailers. Thank you. I learned what happened. I learned what happened here. You see that lid? Remember when I looked down and the trailers were all mashed up together? That lid there closes. So I think when I was over trying to see if there were lights that I could turn on underneath the building there, I inadvertently closed the lid and it crunched down on the trailers. Crossing my mind while I'm driving, this is somewhat of a ridiculous amount of money on a challenge. You know, what did we come in here owing? $250,000? I mean, I could just pay that off right now. I mean, I've easily got another $200,000 worth of wood to chip sitting on that lot over there, of which I could then take that $200,000 and buy one of the 2 lots neighboring our starting lot. And then there's probably $500,000 worth of wood sitting right there. So if I took the next little while and just chipped wood, we could be sitting in a pretty comfortable position. I don't think I'm going to do that. I will definitely continue to make this part of the gameplay, but it's kind of funny anyway. So so by the end of, if I don't spend a penny, by the end of selling these next, 19,000 liters and then getting the wood off that other lot and sending it into chipping mode, we could have $500,000 in cash sitting there. So I think what I'm going to do right away, we'll sell this load here, and then I'll take a look. I think I'm going to buy out my leases, so I don't have the leases going anymore. I think that's probably a reasonable spend. Leasing is smart. If there were additional benefits like there are in real life for business people or for whatever, like the certain write-offs for taxes, then yeah, it might make sense to lease here. But it would be neat if they in the game kind of, I mean, we're trying to make a profitable farm. It'd be cool if you could see benefits from leasing, but then maybe also had the option to secure a line of credit, which is maybe in essence what a loan is in this game. But if you could secure a line of credit against your farm, that'd be cool too. Ramble in. All right, with $300,000 here on this hard economy challenge. All right, so the tractor, I can purchase that for $25,000. I bought it and they still charged me another $800 in leasing costs. Anyways, so we own that now. What's this worth? So that was worth $80,000. Done. I guess I leased this, It was $5,000 and I leased it. Okay, there you go. Now we don't have any outstanding leases. Oh, and you know what? Just so the bugs don't get in there. Wood chip sales. So I know what's going to happen. I'm going to come here to sell wood chips and I'm not going to be able to figure out why I can't sell them. So that was a $10,000 building. It doesn't have to be a permanent fixture here on this piece of property. We could, if we're going to be expanding these and connecting these fields here, get rid of this and move it back over to where, right next to our sell everything container, we could just sort of cut into that hill and landscape it a little bit better and put that over there, which we may end up actually doing. But especially if we're going to start attacking some forestry over in that area, then we may want to do that. But for now, it can sit over there. But actually, that's not a bad idea. Maybe once we get this chunk over here cleared out, and we take the trees off of our new, or what will be our new, well, you know what, let's do that too. Let's do this is what I meant. Let's seal the deal. So that's the lot that we're going to be putting our farm on right there. And then we have the chunk right across that I think we'll pick up at the same time since they seem to complement each other. There. How's that for a spotty? And now if we can pick these two up, we can expand this field over here and into as much area as we possibly can. And we may even just take all the trees out on the hill here too, and then make all of this just one big wacky grass field. This will expand and that'll be a crop. And then this would be cool if we could somehow amalgamate these and make them a crop. Maybe not in year one because we are not millionaires and we don't have very big equipment. But I don't know, we'll see. When it comes to equipment, size helps. Let's get this over there. We can set up our operations. Here's how I see this going. We're gonna get all set up here. We'll get chipping. I will probably say see you later. You will come back after the chipping is done, which will likely be in the second day of January, and at which point we will then go and begin looking at how we're expanding our fields. Wait, what am I doing here? What am I doing? I got to get the chipper over here so I know exactly where this should be positioned. All that indecision early on in this series is so common for me. I'll start a playthrough on a map, and then I'll second guess myself like crazy until things finally go a certain direction. Sometimes I can't stand the direction they go, but other times I'm happy. Like right now, I'm pretty pleased with what we have on the go. I think it's going to work out well. I'm nervous about spending too much money, but and not having the money when we need it. But oh no, I gotta stop. Sorry. My apologies. This thing was a great purchase. Well, lease now purchase. So we own this thing now, actually. It's kind of cool. And the tractor. Oh yeah, we're in business. Best view in the area. Yeah, there's a whole line of fields from here to the edge of the map, also behind where we're going to be putting our farm. Oops, which will make sense to make part of our lives here. So I haven't really utilized Courseplay or auto drive much. A little bit of using it to help get vehicles to and from certain places early on, but I haven't really used it a lot. I can foresee though, like when it comes time to making fields, I'm going to be using it. I'll get a plow. I'll set up a custom field, and then I'll just send the worker, because I'm not sitting there and with a 2 to 3 meter plow. I'm not going around and around in circles with that. That is not going to happen. Well, this is going to be I'll be doing this for a while, guys. That's why I think what's going to happen is we're going to be picking this up in the day 2 of January. We're still the same episode, but I just think this is like going to quickly become a 2 in-game day affair here with this process. Already getting greedy. Already getting stuck. Why am I stuck? Oh God. All right. Anyways, guys, let me get this done. We'll check in. All right. Good morning, guys. Ooh, that was a long day. Welcome to the second day of January here. We're checking in means I'm going to go and chip an entire field, get it all processed, and then check in the morning on the next day. That was a heck of a mission, as you can tell by my bank account, sitting at $681,000 right now. Holy moly! Let's go for a bit of a drive. So, needless to say, I got that entire field cleaned up and processed yesterday, and was working well into the night. That was a lot of work, both in game and in life. That was more than I anticipated. But anyways, now we're sitting with a clean lot, a healthy bank account, and some flexibility to do some things now that I'm looking forward to. So First, we'll go check out the lot. Then we'll go over to our. Then we'll go over to the place where we're going to be building out our farm. I want to get on the phone with my banker, so we can get. We have a loan that I think I'd like to get that paid off immediately. So that's $250,000, and then we'll probably start putting. I say buildings. There's one building in particular that we'll put into our new property, so we can store our. Wait a minute. What? Oh, holy! I must still be tired. Totally disoriented. I'm looking at those trees over there, thinking, why did all the trees come back? But no, they didn't. This is our lot. I missed the. I guess I thought this driveway over here was the one on the other side of the river. I did such a good job, I didn't even recognize it. Anyways, this is our. This is what was our little forest, which generated a ridiculous amount of income. So every tree's gone now. I, for the most part, got all of these sticks and unplowable ground texture covered with grass tufts, so we can plow them up. I didn't want to just cover the whole thing in grass because, well, I would have just been putting grass down. I would have been spending money for no reason. Certain things I couldn't see at night, like this stuff. I think it will only go if I paint it first. I don't even know what you call this stuff, but it's like it's additional ground cover that won't mow or anything, and I'm not sure what happens when you plow it. So we'll spend a couple dollars there getting it covered with grass here. I think what once we get plowing, if there's something that's not working properly, we'll just sort of paint over it and replow it anyways. But yeah, so I mean, obviously I've spent some money to sort of paint out these little pieces here. So I mean, it's unfortunate, but well, I mean, it's unfortunate that I have to do that, but I've got my I don't have free landscaping on, so. And then these ones are sort of ridiculous that you have to go and physically lower the ground just to be able to reach the roots to delete these or saw these trees. Yeah, so sort of money not happily spending money on these kind of things, but as usual, when you've got tons of money in this game, it goes so fast, right? I mean, we're going to pay off a $250,000 loan. So that's going to take us down to like 400,000. We have some land that we want to acquire. That's going to cost some money. I would like to add an additional tractor, something with some power. So that could be $100,000. So there's definitely some money that needs to be spent now. There's security in knowing that we have this ability to chip trees. So really, it just means, as we acquire property and there's trees, obviously we will be making some money, which is good. I think that's everything that we needed to be concerned with as far as ground cover. So let's go over to our homeland, our new home lot, and take a quick look over there. There's a couple of trees that are going to need to come down. Especially because I think one of them's right where I'm going to want to put a building. I actually played around with a few different building options to try to figure out what I want to do over there. And on one hand, you kind of want to just build everything out right away, but on the other hand, I don't really know what we're going to need. So I think we're going to start, like I said, with one large sort of shed, I guess, and then as we need, like, I'll likely put in a large silo and there's a home. Oh, there's a house too, I think we want to put in, but I don't know exactly where I want to put that yet. So while this lot over here is under construction, I don't think I'll put the house in immediately. Who knows? We may do it anyways, but we'll see. So here's our lots, right? So I own both sides of the road here, right? There's the two sides of the two sides there. So far we own the starting lot. We own this piece of property here. that currently we have a sell point on, and we own these 2 pieces plus the one we've cleaned up. Just for reference here, when you look like, so that's the one we own, and I'm going to end up purchasing these 2 also to make a larger field. I'll probably leave this one here for this farmer. I don't know. We may want to acquire all 3 of these, but I mean, that's 56,000, 100, but call it 110. Yeah, 60, about $110,000 right there, right? So 110 there. We'll go online and actually we'll go online right now. Loan, $250,000. Paid off. It's a dumb way to have to pay $5,000 increments. There's the enhanced loan mod, which I think is only PC, which is why we've got why we're going this route, is a much more flexible option. Not to mention, instead of just making interest payments, you can make payments to the principal and pay down your loan that way. So there we go. We no longer have a loan. That's step 1. Actually, and we have. We no longer have a loan, and we have $500,000 pretty much in the bank, which is, the whole end goal is to not owe money and have paid off your loan. I want to farm here for a while, so we're not just gonna, like I said, speed run our way to a finish. I'm gonna build out a farm here. We're gonna end up spending the $420,000, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So just as an example of the building that I think we're going to begin with here, and I don't know whether I'm going to want to cut a tree down. I can't remember where I was going to put it. Let me just pull the building up here. So I want to try to find stuff that's in keeping with the area here. Yes, there's a medium storage shed here from Lancy Boy. It's somewhat industrial. I can change the color. So I was thinking I was either going to go with something dark. Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry. I am going to go with something light because I was kind of hoping for like a black, but there's no black. So we'll probably go like one of these gray. I don't think I'm going to go white. It's just too white. I might go with like that there. Can I call that a color? It's more like a shade, I guess. And then it will sort of reside. Try to line it up with the neighbor's building here. It has no back doors, which is nice, and it has so it only has these front doors. So it will reside up against the fence here, probably in this area. And then inside we have a decent space for I don't know what's around this side over here. Oh, just like a separated store. I guess you can store root crops or something in there, or we could put, if we had bales, we could put bales in that end. But it gives us a decent amount of storage. It'll fill up quickly, obviously, but we have a kind of an overhang here where we can put a harvester, and then we can put some stuff inside there. So my thinking is that I'll have that along this side, and then if I can find a shed that sort of stretches the length of that other side, even like one of the machine, it's not going to be this, but I mean, something like this has doors all the way along. It's basically like a long garage, right? So I don't know that this would be what I'm looking at, but this kind of idea where I can basically span the side, and then that will leave some space still for things like a silo, for example. So the space will fill up fast, but I'm not looking for anything fancy. I'm just looking for something that will look good in the area here, and like sort of fit with the map, I guess is what I'm trying to say, really. So we are going to want to cut this tree down here. Now the tree's not necessarily violent tree. The tree's not necessarily in the way, but it is going to come through the building. So obviously, anytime you've got a tree and branches that are up against your building, it's going to basically come right through the building. So I don't want that. I did talk to the neighbor here, and he's okay if I cut these trees down here. And then we'll just sort of move these trees. He said these ones were, they had some kind of weird bug in them anyways, so And then he just said, well, do me a favor, just cut them up and put them off to the side, and he'll figure out what to do with them. So we'll do that right now. We'll just cut those up and put them here for him. Excellent. This one's on our property, so we'll just cut that down. Not really looking to do anything else with trees right now, but I do want to get the space set up for us. It's going to fall into his yard. Perfect. I found myself wishing on numerous occasions during that whole process of cleaning up that other yard that I had my max pickup weight set to, because I don't know if you're aware, but you can set it to 100 or 200 kilograms in the game. So yeah, on numerous occasions I found myself wishing that I had it set it to 200 kilograms and not 100, which is where I'm set to. Because I could have then just picked logs up and fed them into the wood chipper instead of having to grab them all with the forks. But on that small Massey, that was a pain in the butt. The one nice surprise though, so if you recall, I was not able to pull the wood chip trailer with the Gator. That was something we discovered early on, is that I couldn't pull it. I just buried the Gator. Once the snow was gone, I was actually able to pull tandem trailers with 20,000 liters of wood chips in them with the Gator. So that was actually pretty good. So I pulled that and managed to save some time there. Now we couldn't necessarily go up a hill. That wasn't going to happen, but at least the way I have myself set up, I was able to do that, which is good. We don't want to see that, boys. What the hell? Let's not start today off like that, okay? Man, I'm like every typical kid. It's like, oh, that thing I just did hurt, so here, let me just try it again quickly. So I get my forks jammed in the ground and immediately do it again. All I'm trying to do is just push these out of the way right now in the hopes that maybe we can put our building in. Then we can bring our equipment over here. So I mean, obviously we have the other lot, and I have a shed over there, and I mean, that's currently where things like our wood chipper are, but this is going to be our main lot, and you know, we'll sort of imagine that we have a decent security system set up over here. So I will endeavor to keep as much over here as I can. When we expand our initial field and put in a grass field, then we will probably just keep mowing equipment over there, and over here we'll keep the big stuff like harvesters and planters. All right, this thing's going to be just a pain in the butt, isn't it? 168 kilograms. Oh, there you go. I do this sometimes. I found myself fighting with have it dawn on me that I could just pick them up. Not always the sharpest tool in the shed, as they say. So I'm not going to bother mowing this property here. Before we build anything across the road, I will, but this thing's sort of patchy and crappy anyways, so let's cut this tree down too and see what happens. It says we're overlapping with something there that I don't know what that is, unless I've got a piece of wood sitting there or something. Let's just take a quick peek here. I have a wood shaving on the ground, maybe. Well, I do have this. Not anymore. I could just try to flatten this out quickly, I guess. Things can be a little finicky in this game when you're trying to place things. I don't see any wood chips or anything, so we should be able to put that building in without issue now. Let's just push that well, that tree looks like it's pushed over anyways, but let's just make sure it's out. Oh yeah, that tree's out of the way. So that thing should chip into about almost 40,000 liters. I found those ones, some of the pieces you can definitely use your loader arm to put into the chipper, but you're really best off just cutting it into pieces you can grab with your hands. It takes forever, but it definitely is sort of the best way to do that. The least frustrating way, I guess is what I should say. Those trees are just hated. They're hated, but also now loved because they are worth some money. But at one point I was thinking I would just go in with these things. I'm like, well, that's kind of a bit of a cop-out. Yeah, see, there must have been something that was on the ground because now it will allow us to place it. Or I'm just not as close to that tree as I was before. We'll go with the middle tone here. Okay, there's $150,000 right there, folks. Whew. What do you think of that? We paid off our loan and we put in a building. Oh, look, this opens. That's good. What the heck? I hate stuff like that. Lights on. Yeah, this is a good size. It hadn't even occurred to me, but I mean, we painted out the floor, or painted out the ground before placing it, which probably saved us from having those weird sticks and stuff jutting up through the ground. This is a great overhang here that we can put a harvester in, so we don't have to worry about putting it inside the building, or we can have pull-through trailers here or whatever. A little bit fancy for me, the concrete floors. If we can paint over those, we probably will with some gravel. All right, that's a good start. As far as homes, yeah, I was kind of thinking something ridiculous like this, to be honest with you, because there's really no house that I think I'm not going to do anything yet. Oh, what the heck? I'm at the edge of the map, so sometimes it gets a little squirrely when you're over there. It lifts it. But anyways, yeah, I don't sort of, this is kind of what I was initially thinking. Not very creative. I will probably keep looking anyways, as we sort of try to figure out what I want to do. But, yeah, I don't know what route to go with a house. So let's just we'll get our driveway, kind of expanded a little bit here. As much as I don't want to go and just gravel out everything, I will gravel out a lot of it. Yeah, see, I can put gravel here, so that's good. Probably just come over to where there's almost an existing road there. Road/laneway. I could probably gravel right up inside there too, but I'm not going to do that. Having concrete floors inside is fine, I guess. Luxurious. Like, ooh, you've got concrete floors. All right, so we'll call that kind of the initial piece. Yeah, so you really have to refer. There's a great silo, multi-fruit silo that I'm at one point I'm like, oh, I'll just spend, I think it's like, it might even be like $200,000. It's crazy, and I don't even think it holds a lot, so it's not even like the best option, but I just like the way it looks. So I was at one point I'm like, well, I'll throw that in right away. I'm like, well, that's kind of a dumb idea because I don't have any crops, right? So why go and spend all that unnecessary money right away when I don't even have crops to store? We're gonna go get the wood chipper and the trailer, and we will get that tree taken care of. God, these things are a pain in the butt, but good on So I believe it was Farmer Mike that said one of his subscribers let him know in his comments on a video how to delete those things. And it's funny, as soon as he said what to do, it was like, oh yeah, that seems pretty obvious, because you can look underneath the surface of the map and find and see the tree under there. Then it's just a matter of, you know, going to meet it. You know, it takes some thinking, obviously, to come up with those ideas. So let me go get the let's go get the wood chipper. I think at some point here, I think I'd like to I also added the trailer hitch to the wood chipper there, so I could bring the conveyor belt at the same time. I think I'd like to eliminate these little productions at some point here. I don't. So I think I mentioned either earlier in this video or in another video altogether that I'd like to basically use the productions that are on the map, and I'm assuming that somewhere on this map there's an oil factory that we can purchase, rather than having those productions sitting here, those little tiny buildings. Maybe what I should do is be using the one that's on the map. So we will in a little bit of time here, not immediately, because we're not there yet, but I think I will sell those buildings and go if there's an option. Otherwise, you know, perhaps we just want to find a bigger building. But yeah, I'm not totally comfortable using those small buildings anymore. Yeah, when you start pulling equipment up, you realize how quickly this shed's going to fill up, which is why I think having a sort of a long garage type shed on that side is going to be nice, just to give us the sort of maximum amount of parking. I'll have some more probably off-camera wood chipping to do over here. I'm hoping that sort of February we can put the fields in, because then by, I think it's March, if not April, but I believe March we can start planting grass. So this is obviously January, so then we're going to roll into February. So I'm hoping that for February I can get a plow and begin, well, if we have additional fields, if we can somehow generate some cash and pick up those extra couple fields over, say over here, like where I'm looking right now, but you know, we're talking about spending about $110,000 on a couple more fields over here, and then essentially merging the 3 fields for one bigger field. So if we could do that, and then expand our initial property to have a large field, and then go expand the new property over there where we took all those trees off. I'm hoping we can do that in February, and then begin prepping that land for planting. So if we can get as much cleaned up between now and then as possible, that'd be great. I think what that's going to mean, though, is I'll likely go in between this episode and the next one, which would be February, and get a bunch more trees cleaned up. So we'll probably see a bit of a bank account spike between episodes, but that'll give us some flexibility in the next episode. Oh, I like this. I do like the way this looks. I love the map edge is fantastic. This is nice and flat. It's nice and open. We're going to end up buying the 2 fields that are off to the back there. I can't see why we wouldn't want to do that. Right now they're just covered in weeds. But all right, so this is going to go. We're gonna be hand bombing a lot of that, I think. Let me go get the Gator. Got almost 9 hours on the Gator. Yeah, so the trick for me with the Gator getting it over here was all about momentum. If I had to stop at any, there was a couple points if I had to stop, I had a real difficult time getting going again. But yeah, once I got the sort of process down, it was pretty good. Can't stop once you've got 2 full trailers. You really got to slow down, not just stop. And then you can basically, these trailers just work out so well. And it's such a great wood chipper. Like, you basically park this right in the middle, so the arms right in the middle of these 2, and then once it fills up one, it will move over to the other one, which is genius. So So if we just slide this back. That works. And then sort of slide it forward. Wouldn't recommend doing that if this was real life. Yeah, see the arm will choose a trailer and then it will begin filling it up. So then begins the frustrating task of working with this tree. Half the time you can't pick things up with the forks. It's just ugh. Oh, perfect. I mean, there's so many like invisible collisions set up with these trees, or I don't even know how to explain it. They're just, it's like there's a lot going on with these trees that we can't see. It's not fun. Hopefully they in FS25 they fix that and make these trees more manageable. I think there's a bit of a universal hate for these trees. So sometimes then the log's a little bit too large. So there's a bit of a platform here you can stand on. And then you can make it a little more manageable for the chipper. Yeah, there you go. Oh, right there. Almost 7,000 liters of wood chips. In that one piece. So there's that. Oh, the frustration. I hate these trees. But I can't believe how much money I've just pissed down the drain in these branches that I've over time just basically, deleted. So I wouldn't advise getting your hands too close to the chipper. Definitely. Okay, perfect. So some of these will chip and some of these will not. So you go through a lot of effort sometimes and it doesn't amount to anything. And it definitely vanished. I don't know whether it went in the chipper or not. Yeah, like this one little piece here says it's 390 kilograms. So it's obviously attached to something more that we can't see. But what, I have no idea. I don't think I'm getting anything off these little branches here. I think I'm maybe best just to delete them. I mean, it says that it's, yeah, it says that when chipped it's worth about $90. So why I'm carrying these over here, I have no idea. Anyways, I find the trick is to get as many kind of manageable pieces chopped up as you can, and then come in here and try to lift whatever you can with your tractor. And then really just cut the rest into the smallest possible pieces you can. But they are absolutely ridiculous as far as trees go. Let's get some of the end foliage cleaned up here so it's a little easier to see what we're doing. Alright, so we'll come over here now and try our best to grab things. Gosh, I love that setup. That's a little power setup right there. Go get yourself that chipper, grab yourself some tractors and a little conveyor belt, and man, you will thank yourself. So lately, these making content, I'm sort of learning all new things about this game, and I mean, wood chips obviously are one of the things that I've just recently picked up, obviously in the last episode, realizing the power of the wood chip. So I mean, I can guarantee that wood chips are going to show up in gameplay. It becomes hard to not be repetitive, so I mean, why would I put a tree into a sawmill now when I know what it's worth, chipped? It's kind of funny, right? So I'll have some, there'll be some decisions to make in certain episodes and certain maps that you know, what we're really gonna have to figure out. You know, maybe though, you know, a sawmill. Look at how many wood chips that is. Maybe a sawmill that with the intention of, you know, becoming a furniture manufacturer in gameplay makes sense. So you sort of try to pick your battles there, right? It's kind of like the fertilizer. I don't think we're making the amount of money we could by producing fertilizer right now versus just straight up selling to the slurry yard. But sometimes you got to do something different, right? Like, I don't know what is going on here. Look at that. This is what, oh yeah, look, there's something, definitely something going on here. So dumb. This is why I was basically into the wee hours, still working on that, cleaning up that land. We have lots of invisible things happening right now. I just need you to get into the chipper. Ugh. Almost. Telehandler. That's what we need. So bad. I can't believe how much work I've gotten done with this little Massey. That's all it takes sometimes. I don't want to delete it. You work so hard to get these stupid pieces over here, and then you find out your only option is to delete the piece. That's not cool. Ooh, man, we have almost one full trailer. Congratulations, us. Let's do something that we, so we can feel a little bit of success before we come back to that horrible tree. Alright, whatever. Sometimes if we can get it hooked up with the conveyor belt, it'll just pull it right off of us. Or other times we have to smash it against the side of a building to knock it free. Patience, right? It's all about patience. You try to rush things with, especially when it comes to handling logs or bale loading or anything like that. Anytime you try to rush it, that's when everything goes wrong. But when that works, it's super satisfying. Yeah, so this nice little corner back here would be good for a silo. As I was doing all the logs and cleaning up that yard, or that other piece of property, I was sort of daydreaming a little bit about what the summertime here will be like when it comes to, or summer, not necessarily summer, but even like planting and harvest season, because summertime's sort of a bit of a dead zone in the middle there, but I imagine it's going to be pretty awesome. So I'd like to have as much land as possible, obviously, but as we roll into planting season. All right, let's get out one of these annoying pieces. Let's see if we can pick up anything with the forks. I think a nice like log grab with these kind of trees would be good. And then you just sort of come in with the claw and just pick it up. Oh yeah, take it easy, take it easy. We're attached to something here. There are forces unseen that are working against us right now. Yeah, see, if we had a claw that we could come in and just grab that, that might be our best bet. Like, look. Man, I hate these. How many times am I going to say that? Look, it's not even cutting. Oh man, see the force that just sprung. Just hover on in there, please. How's this for engaging content? I felt guilty, whatever, no I didn't, but it did cross my mind that, you know, perhaps the hours and hours of forestry work that I was doing off camera should have been on camera, but man, I don't know that I would put my worst enemy through watching me do that. Not to mention it gave me a chance to just catch up on a whole bunch of content that I hadn't been able to watch or ingest from different well, some city skylines content, some farming simulator content. I basically just got to put on a bunch of different things and have that playing in the background while I was working. All right, anyways, let's get the rest of this tree cleaned up here. We've suffered long enough. I may have cut this a long time ago anyways, and none of this last little bit may even be in the video, or maybe it will. I think maybe it will really, to drive home the suffering, or maybe I'll have kept all this in the video, but I'm gonna just blast through the rest of this tree here, and then we'll go on to the next thing. All right, what a turd that is. That was... I ended up having to slow down time a little bit. I was starting to panic, thinking that the day was going by so fast. So, anyways, I think we still burned a good in-game hour. Anyways, got some little ones here I can just pick up. I don't know why I do things like this. So it would be, yeah. What am I doing? Let's just run this one over there. Just setting myself up for failure there. That one went good. Okay, so let's get this last piece here. We've so the other cool thing about this this wood chipper and when you're feeding the trailer, so it doesn't necessarily have a capacity, but it does have a capacity, because as you fill up your trailers, it'll no longer feed the wood chips into the trailers, but it will continue chipping, and then once you pull the trailers, the empty trailers back up to it, it will just immediately start filling them. So it's like it does retain some of the it does retain the material until you give it something to feed it into. So look at that, it's a beautiful thing. So in saying that, let's take this beast. All right, let's go beast. Let's prove everybody, don't prove me wrong. let's not have any issues getting over to the sell point. So I'm not even looking to see the price. I'm not interested in storing any wood chips for right now. We're just going to immediately sell this. I'm trying to remember what I was getting. I want to say I was getting about 40,000. No, there's 40,000 liters. Was I getting $45,000, $43,000, something like that, every time I sold a load? Can't remember exactly, but it was something like that anyways. Almost 44, but then $1,200 in environmental penalties. So it'll be nice once we start, and from what I can recall, those environmental penalties, once we begin preparing land and liming the land and all that kind of stuff. Like, I think it's because our fields are crap right now that we're getting dinged for the environmental penalty, right? Is that right? Once we get our fields prepped, that penalty should turn into a win, I guess. I bet you there was $50,000 in penalty swing for me had I been getting bonused and not penalized with the amount of wood chips we brought to the to the sell point. It was probably a massive swing. Oh, and it started snowing too while you guys were not hanging around. I don't know how much is still in that wood chipper, but we were still bringing wood over without a trailer there. So let's see how much we actually get. I don't know though. Will we get a full trailer? Oh, we're gonna get a full trailer, and then we're on to the next trailer. Wow. Okay, there was quite a bit still in there. I didn't even notice that it had stopped chipping. They're not bad. 68,000 liters. So a little short of 2 full trailers, but definitely going to make some money off of this. Yeah, I can imagine. So that field, the one right there that's limed. Oh, I said don't stop when you're towing, and I stopped. So this field that's limed, the one just beyond it, which goes all the way across, and then that sort of field was just a field, like it's not even really a field that we bought. If we merge those 3, that'll make one nice big field. Then we have the one we cleared, and then we have right behind us, right behind where our little property back here is. There's 2 little fields. Like, yeah, we're it's gonna be nice. So we'll start merging all this stuff and roll into planting season, and yeah, it's gonna be good. Then we can farm our way to $1 million, not sell wood chips on our way to $1 million. And we may want to just go beyond $1 million and you know, just play for a while, because it's enjoyable. I think one of the most enjoyable things about this map is there's no real glitches. There's nothing worse than a map that has glitches. There. It's like a quick 75 grand or whatever we just made. Alright, so let's get these trailers over to... We'll park these under our overhang right now. So there's one more of those gnarly trees up in the top corner of our lot that I had a look at. It sits on our property, but I just couldn't stomach dealing with that right now. So that will be a future endeavor, or perhaps when I'm kind of clearing up the other property. There's a few more trees that are going to come off of there. If not all the trees, we'll see. But once I'm doing that, then I may come over here and grab this tree too. That tree's a big pain in the butt. Yeah, so this setup is awesome now. Once I added the hitch to the wood chipper, this whole thing just became a lot better. Okay, so I gotta decide what to do. So we have a tractor right now that's got 143 horsepower. I'm going to want to... I'm not going to mess around with just shallow cultivation when it comes to creating fields. I want to plow them, because then I understand that if I plow them, I shouldn't have a weed issue for a while. I think, right? Am I right in thinking that? But I want to be able to... I need something that I can tow a plow with. This beautiful building, and I'm leaving everything parked outside. I can already see I'm going to run into so many situations where I'm going to need a tractor on one of the lots and not know where it is. Easy enough to get in past that. Let's shut the useless door. All right. Well, look at that. We've got a tractor in here. Oh, and we have a fertilizer spreader. So that's not bad. That's actually really good, isn't it? $7,200. 4,500 liters that carry. So this is a little bit unrealistic, maybe. This thing's only got 143 horsepower with no option for an engine upgrade. Okay, so this tractor, I mean, while that looks like a great deal, it's not going to be. It's not what we're going to do. Max is out at 150 horsepower, so that's not what we're going to do. Between now and the next episode, I'm going to get our other lot cleaned up and ready for, so that meaning I'll grab as many trees that are, no longer relevant as I can. I will try to clean up that side. Yeah, there's options. Like something like this is going to be perfect for us. We'll probably get this tree taken down. I may buy these lots. Right, I may buy these 2 pieces of property, and then that'll enable me to get rid of all the trees along this ditch. I think you can see where I'm going with that. There's a considerable amount of wood chips to be made there. Must have wood chips. Anyways, yeah, so if I clean up all the trees along that ditch, and then when we roll into February, we can merge these 3 fields. I will sell this sell point. Get rid of these trees, and then we'll be able to move this sell point over to the other lot. Here, let's go quickly to the other lot. Let's run into that first. I think what we're going to want to do, already thinking about next winter and potentially some of the months in the summertime, if we don't have some animals we need to tend to. One of the other big wood lots along this strip where our current starting property was, so all along here, we're going to maybe every winter buy up one of those lots and then clear cut it. Probably should be replanting, but I don't see that being something that we're going to worry about. I don't think we'll be on the map long enough to worry about replanting, but anyways, yeah, so along this stretch here, if I can basically take a chunk out of this side hill here, I may even sell these 2 sell points and then really clean up a pad here, so we can sort of line up all of our sell points here, and then we'll have the hill over here. So that means get rid of these trees, move these lights, smooth this out, this piece of road here. If the silo's empty, we may want to move that. So really kind of do some work. I may do a lot of that between now and February, and then when February rolls in, we can basically start putting fields in, and by the end of February, it'd be nice if we have our fields cut and limed, and then really it's ready for seeds and fertilizer when we get into. So March, I think, would just be grass, right? Am I right in saying that? No, look, March I can start planting things in March. Yeah, so if by the time we're done February, we're going to have all of those fields ready to go, and then it's just a matter of rolling into. I don't know what we're going to end up planting. Maybe a combination of. I think we'll definitely be planting some wheat because straw will be something we'll want, and oats I think are the ones that make the most of. We'll be planting oats, I guess, because we want maximum straw for our fermenter. So that's good news. So we'll plant oats, and then we'll plant something else. I don't know exactly yet, but definitely some of that'll be grass, some of that could be oats, and maybe something else, something for oil production or whatever. But there's still quite a few trees that have to come down here. This entire hillside may end up getting stripped, only because we're going to be planting. So this will just become a really nice big grass field. I think I just saw Krustoo go and basically grass out all of the suspect ground cover. So when he plowed, it was a sort of a nicer experience. So we're definitely going to be doing something like that. I may not need to grass out the entire thing because I'm not playing with free landscaping. I'm paying for my landscaping, so I'm going to want to be a little conservative with my grass coverage. But we'll see how that goes, and then we may take a cue from Zorch Farming and basically put in a nice pond here. I really like I'm assuming I'm thinking everybody that's watching this watches like Farmer Mike, Krustoo, Zorch Farming, all the people that came out of the 200 horsepower challenge. It seems like we sort of have this common group of subscribers now that are interacting with us. But oh, look at that! We gotta raise that corner. I don't know what happened there. Oh man, I didn't even notice that. Look at that. Anyway, so yeah, I like so go check out the ponding that the pond that Zorch Farming has. I really like it, so we may put in Zorch's pond here. So there's some work to do between now and the next time we meet. Obviously, that's going to generate some additional income for us, and then we'll use that income to purchase a tractor and a plow and something for fertilizer spreading. I'm not going to buy that. I think that looks a little unrealistic, that one that's in the used sale right now. I'm saying I'm not going to buy it, but something might change between now and then. We'll see. But anyways, yeah, I think we're going to leave that there. The power of wood chips are real. Do not ignore them, my friends. Real and unreal maybe, but whatever. It's still something that's available to us. And I think it's going to be our friend for years to come. But on that note, thanks so much, guys. This is what, episode 9 now, maybe? I can't even remember. We might be in episode 9, which is pretty fantastic. Excited to see how things are going to shape up. So on that, I'll see you later. Thanks and goodbye.